since I just picked up my oldest from preschool and I've officially logged off from my real job for Thanksgiving, I wanted to show all of the samples that I made that I have listed on Etsy. So on my Etsy, you see pictures of the samples and then you pick which fabric you would like for yours. So I'm just going to show the samples so that 1, you can see them, 2, you can see scale, and 3, just give you a better idea of what I have listed. So anyway, so the first product I have are toy sleeping bags. So this is a tiny little sleeping bag. You could put a little people person in here, or Bluey figurine. Both of those are very popular at my house. It's quilted, it's lined, it has a little sleeping bag elastic, and you can roll it up just like a regular sleeping bag, but it's for your toy. Okay, so this can fit, I have 3 sizes of the toy sleeping bag. This fits up to, I think I said, a 5-inch toy. For sample, it fits up to a 13-inch doll. I will say I have an option for putting a little button closure right here. If your kid does not have the dexterity to do that, like my 1-year-old, maybe don't ask for that option, because it really makes my 1-year-old really upset that she can't close this. Anyway, so that's another option, but yes, so this is my medium. Also has a built-in pillow, also can roll it up, and it has 2 little elastics on the end to close it. I also, on my Etsy, have listed a large toy sleeping bag, which fits up to an 18-inch doll. I have a niece who's really into her mom's Bitty Baby, and that's what I'm making my niece for Christmas. I also made these messenger bags. This is my favorite sample that I made. These little dinosaurs. Again, you can opt for a button or not a button, but I do also offer, instead of a button for this bag, I offer Velcro. Again, if your kid cannot, if a button would make them mad or they can't do it yet, I can do some Velcro on there for them. These bags are also lined. This one has some polka dots inside. Nice. All right. The last bigger toy item I have are these crayon totes. So you carry it like this, keep it in your car, or your house. You can keep it wherever you like. I'm gonna keep it in my car. Then when you go to that restaurant that doesn't have crayons in a coloring book, like what? You pull this out and you keep your little coloring book here. This is the small crayon tote. I have a small and a large, and you put little crayons in there. My larger crayon tote also fits colored pencils. So because it's so large, I have a spot for colored pencils and a spot for crayon. This is quite large, and the reason, hence large crayon tote, but the reason it's so large is so that you can fit a standard coloring book in here. So 8.5 by 11 coloring book. Then there's a row for crayons at the top and a row for colored pencils at the bottom. And then these crayon totes come with a little elastic that hooks onto the button. And carry it like this. Cool. All right, last weekend, I made a ton of bows. I made what I'm calling classic bows and what I'm calling ribbon bows. Here are the classic bows. Some hot glue still on that. This is what I put on my 1-year-old. I think it's perfect for her. She has some hair just off to the side, little bow. Looking great. What I put on my 4-year-old is a ribbon bow. So it has some, I promise I'll get this hot glue off before you buy them, but here's one of them. This is one of my favorite fabrics. It is in my tree skirt. that I'm working on. So we have holly, snowman, pink floral, and purple floral. And then all of those have classic and ribbon. But unfortunately for now, I only have this purple plaid in a classic bow. But if you would like a ribbon bow, let me know. But I'm just gonna go ahead and list like what I already have made for the bows, whereas the toys are all custom orders. So if you have a fabric that you would like, and I don't even know how many fabrics I have listed, more than 20 I would guess, then you pick from that, but the bows are pre-made. I also have like little diapers for dolls and little towels for dolls and stuff like that, but I don't know when that's going to be ready to be posted. But the bows should be posted soon. The toys are already posted. And if you are a quilter, here's a example of my first quilt pattern, or a sample. I love it. I love that it is like bright colors, but in a vintage pattern, which is very me, hence it's what I chose for my sample, but it's also what I am putting into the interweb. So it's like pinned on Pinterest, and it is the cover photo for my Etsy listing. And with that, I need to go tend to my daughter. I hope you guys all have a happy Thanksgiving, and it's all that you hoped and dreamed it would be. Bye.